welcome. You're watching Big Hits Exclusive tonight with me, Grihatul Siddiqui. Besharam song, Besharam Rang song, that's the one playing in the background here, which is the subject of ire of a few and amusement of the others. Now, what started with Madhya Pradesh Home Minister Narottam Mishra suggesting that the film Pathan, which the song is a part of, might see a ban in his state. Reason, he claims, is that the song's being shot with quote-unquote a dirty mindset, and the costumes sported by the film's leading lady, Deepika Padukone, in this song are objectionable. Now, this soon spiraled into a controversy, with the VHP now claiming that Deepika sporting an orange bikini in the song is an affront to Hindu religion and culture. Now, there were also scattered protests by a handful of people in Varanasi trying to raise anti-Pathan slogans with a Deepika Padukone effigy as well. Now, this is where the controversy is at. But this isn't how it started. From the kind of excitement that the Shah Rukh Khan star of Pathan is garnering before its release, it went from many claiming that this song, the beat, is similar to that of Jain's Makhiba. And netizens also said earlier, they also said that the film's teaser was a carbon copy of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. But from constructive criticism to Twitter abuzz with varied opinions on the film and its latest songs, it soon went on to a call for boycott of the film, a ban. And the film's leading lady knows this very well. After all, Padmavat, the film that she starred in, went through the same wrench. There were threats to chop off her nose, remember? A bounty was also put on her head. The film was delayed and then later released amid violence. And yet, when we saw her quietly standing in solidarity with the injured students at JNU in 2020, it was the loudest that Bollywood had spoken on issues outside its gilded sets. That statement, while on the one hand was branded commendable by many, on the other hand, it is now back to biting her, because many who today seek a ban on her song and in turn her Pathan quoted that same stand that she'd taken back then. So we asked today, for this new eloquence by a member of the Indian film industry, is there a cancel culture that awaits them? Take a look.
इसके दृश्यों को ठीक करें, वेशभूषा को ठीक करें, अन्यथा मध्य प्रदेश में इस फिल्म को अनुमति दी जाए या न दी जाए, ये विचारणीय प्रश्न होगा।
को शर्म आनी चाहिए भगवा को बेशरम बता करके उनके साथ बेहुदी हरकतें करना, लफ्जियात को बढ़ावा देना और हिंदू द्रोह की ये पराकाष्ठा है। खिलवाड़ बंद करो, बंद करो, बंद करो।
Let's now first look at how Deepika Padukone's film in the past also were opposed, and what are the kind of films that had in fact seen this kind of protest. Now we begin with the latest Chhapak, of a film that she produced as well in 2020. This row was after, like I mentioned, Deepika visited the Jawaharlal University campus. So that was one. There were, during the promotions, many claim that that entire stand that she put up was also for promoting that film. However, her silence said otherwise. Padmavat, in 2017, we all know how Karni Sena violently opposed her film and even claimed that her nose should be chopped off, even put a bounty on her head. Now, Bajirao Mastani, again in 2015, there was a descendant of Bajirao Peshwa who had claimed that the way the film was depicted and how Bajirao was depicted along with his wives, including Mastani, was something which was incorrect, and hence there were protests against the film. Ram Leela, again, 2013, massive row erupted over the title of the film. Why Ram Leela? That was another opposition that her film faced. Arakshan in 2012, this film was in fact banned in the state of Uttar Pradesh, Punjab, Andhra Pradesh before its release, because it also talked about quota. Later, however, that ban was lifted in Uttar Pradesh when the filmmakers went to court with it. Now let's take a look at how have in fact Shah Rukh Khan films suffered, or have they in the past. There are several instances that we are also putting out. Rais, the latest one, 2017, we all know about the seeking of ban on Pakistani actors or artists from India. This film bore the brunt of that, because Mahira Khan was the film's leading lady, and hence the protests against the film. My Name is Khan, 2010. The film was opposed when Shah Rukh Khan commented on Pakistani cricketers. Now, he said how the cricketers from the Pakistan Cricket Board are not really accepted in IPL. That was the statement that he'd made, and that's why the protests against it. Billu, of course, in 2009, Salon Associations objected the name, which was, the film, remember, was originally called Billu Barber, but they thought that this was obviously not befitting their entire association, and they sought a ban. And of course, Shah Rukh, who was the producer of the film, chose to cut out Barber from Billu, and hence the film was called Billu. Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, 2006, it was slammed for promoting infidelity in the movie. Remember, the film also saw how Shah Rukh and Rani Mukherjee's characters were growing closer after they had gotten married to different people, and that's why there were protests about the film talking about infidelity. Now, this actually brings us to the question that we are asking on the show. Blowback over Besharam Rang. Is Bollywood's everyone's favorite punching bag? That's the big question. We're putting this across to my guests who join us on the broadcast. Rahul Ishwar, author and activist, joining us. Vinod Bansal, the national spokesperson of VHP, is with us. Also with us is another actor, Kasturi Shankar. Feridun Shahryar, who's a senior entertainment journalist, also joins us. And an ex-member of the CBFC, Mamta Kale, is also with us. Let me take this to Mr. Bansal first. Mr. Bansal, सबसे पहले तो मैं एक डिस्क्लेमर दूंगी कि मैंने आज एक ऑरेंज शर्ट पहनी है, इसका मतलब ये नहीं है कि मैं बिल्कुल भी हिंदू कल्चर को किसी भी तरह से टारगेट कर रही हूं. मैंने सिर्फ इसलिए पहना है क्योंकि दिस लुक्स गुड ऑन कैमरा एंड दिस इज अ कैमरा फ्रेंडली कलर. लेकिन मैं आपसे ये जानना चाहती हूं कि आप क्यों ऑफेंडेड हैं बेशरम रंग सॉन्ग से?
मुझे लगता है कि कहीं ना कहीं जब हम लफ्जियात की बात करते हैं तो लोग लव मैरिज को कंपेयर करते हैं. नहीं, दैट इज ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट थिंग. और उसी तरह से जब अगर किसी फिल्म का विरोध हो रहा है तो सिर्फ भगवा की वजह से विरोध हो रहा है, ऐसा नहीं है. देखिए, समाज न सिर्फ एक रंग की वजह से विरोध कर रहा है, न किसी व्यक्ति की वजह से विरोध करता है, न किसी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री की वजह से विरोध करता है, और न ही किसी पर्टिकुलर फिल्म की वजह से विरोध करता है. विरोध है तो उसकी मानसिकता पर है. आपको ग्रेजी अब समझना पड़ेगा. देखिए कि मैं क्या बियर करता हूँ, क्या नहीं बियर करता हूँ, आप क्या बियर करती हैं, क्या नहीं बियर करती है, इट हार्डली मेक्स एनी डिफरेंस. वी आर लिविंग इन ए डेमोक्रेटिक कंट्री, नॉट इन सीरिया और नेदर इन पाकिस्तान और इन अफगानिस्तान.
एब्सोल्युटली.
लेकिन मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, देखिए, इस देश की बेटियों को बराबर का अधिकार मिलना चाहिए, उसको जीने का अधिकार मिलना चाहिए.
अच्छा, हमने
आपको पता है कि पिछले सप्ताह ही विशेंदु प्रसाद ने एक 420 केसेस की एक लिस्ट जारी की थी मीडिया को. दैट लिस्ट कंप्राइज ऑफ द सो मेनी केसेस ऑफ लव जिहाद. आप देखिए कि और उसमें से 30 केसेस ऐसे थे जिनमें लड़कियों की हत्या हो गई, नृशंस हत्या हो गई, उनकी बेटियों तक को नहीं छोड़ा गया. आप देखिए, हमारी चिंता, जो समाज की चिंता है, वो सिर्फ इतनी है कि लव जिहाद को बढ़ावा देने वाले किसी भी तरह का
इस फिल्म में क्या बढ़ावा मिल रहा है? इस फिल्म से क्या बढ़ावा मिल रहा है? इस गाने से क्या बढ़ावा मिल रहा है बंसल साहब?
मैं वही आ रहा हूँ जी. देखिए, बात यह है कि एक पिक्चर का नाम है पठान, और पठान ने पूरे कपड़े पहन रखे हैं, जैसे पठानों का एक चरित्र होता है, एक चेहरा होता है. लेकिन पठान के साथ क्या कभी आपने बिकनी में किसी महिला को देखा है क्या? किसी पठानी फिल्म में कभी कोई देखा होगा कभी किसी ने? मुझे लगता है किसी कलाकार ने भी नहीं देखा होगा. अगर पठान के साथ रहता है तो बुर्का क्लेट महिला रहती है. तो मैं कहता हूँ उसका मैचिंग कलर दिखाइए ना आप उसको. आपने सारे रंग को बताया.
बंसल साहब, आप जो पॉइंट जो आप प्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं आर्ग्यूमेंट, उस हिसाब से तो द कम्युनिटी ऑफ पठान शुड एक्चुअली बी ऑफेंडेड विद द सॉन्ग एंड नॉट हिंदूज.
नहीं,
आप तो वही कह रहे हैं.
पूरी बात नहीं समझ.
जी, बोलिए.
दर्शक समझ नहीं पाए. देखिए, मैं बड़ी विनम्रता पूर्वक, बड़ा कूलली इस बात को साफ साफ कह रहा हूँ कि देखिए, अगर कोई फिल्म बनाते हो तो उस फिल्म की एक आइडियोलॉजी होती है, उसकी एक मैचिंग कंसेप्ट होता है. मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, आप एक बेढंगे चेहरे दिखा करके हिंदू बेटियों को न सिर्फ भगवा बल्कि भगवा लंगोट में दिखा करके, जो कि
सर, इट्स अ बिकिनी. आई थिंक आप कंफ्यूज हो रहे हैं बाबा रामदेव के लंगोट से. इट्स अ बिकिनी, इट्स एन ऑरेंज बिकिनी. इट्स नॉट अ लंगोट.
नहीं, आप देखिए जी, मैं बार बार आपसे निवेदन कर रहा हूँ, मेरी बात को
जी प्लीज आप पॉइंट पे आइए.
क्वेश्चन करना चाहे करिए. आई एम वेरी टू द पॉइंट.
ओके,
आई एम वेरी टू द पॉइंट एंड स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड. आप देखिए कि मैं कहता हूँ, इसमें अगर कोई पठान के साथ दिखाना था तो क्यों नहीं एक जो अपने बुर्का या हिजाब पहना के दिखाते. भाई, हिजाब वाली कोई महिला नहीं दिखी इसमें आपको.
अच्छा,
आखिरकार बुर्के वाली कोई नहीं दिखी आपको.
ओके,
फिल्म का नाम पठान है.
बंसल साहब, आप फिल्म मेकिंग,
मुसलमान हिंदू लड़की को फंसाने के जो षड्यंत्र रचता है, वो षड्यंत्रों के तहत ये सब चीजें चल रही हैं। आप देखिए, आपको
विनोद बंसल जी, आप फिल्म मेकिंग का हिस्सा तो थे नहीं. The other thing is Shahrukh Khan and Deepika Padukone over there are playing a part. It's a film. It's a fiction. Why are you bringing the religion that they come from into this? I fail to understand this argument.
बिल्कुल, देखिए दुर्गा जी, आपको नहीं पता, आप देखिए वो फिल्म इंडस्ट्री से जुड़े हुए हैं और आप जो है ना ये अपने जन्म से जुड़ी हुई हैं। हम समाज से जुड़े होकर के हमें उन बेटियों का दर्द पता है, किस तरह से विभत्स चेहरा उनके सामने नजर आता है।
All right. Let me bring in a member of the film industry. अगर आपको लगता है कि मुझे ये सब चीजें नहीं पता हैं, तो let me bring in Kasturi Shankar. Kasturi, are you actually okay with the argument that Mr. Bansal is making? Do you see a point here?
First off, I'm very, very worried about one detail that I heard Mr. Bansal say. I'm really worried that, the sale of bikinis in India is propelled by men like him who don't know the difference between a bikini and a langoti, for God's sake. I hope he's not wearing a bikini every day. But that said, I am being facetious because he is being facetious. Are we allowed to eat carrots without the permission of BHP now in India? Can we eat a carrot? Because, that is orange and it's saffron and, it is an offensive action towards Hindus. I'm a Hindu. I don't find any issue with wearing any kind of clothes as the situation may warrant. And this is in regular life. I'm also an actor. Let me tell you something. Actors play the part and they do whatever the part demands. Deepika Padukone is not dancing on screen. जो नाच रही है, that is the character that is playing the part and she is oozing that oomph and all that. और पठान के बारे में इतना कुछ बात हुआ था अभी. The movie name is Pathan. Accepting that, we don't know anything about Shah Rukh Khan's character. This is the truth.
Yes, absolutely.
We don't know what SRK
only the song is out.
We don't know who Pathan is.
Yes.
We have no clue, and they are already saying we want the women in that movie to be in a burqa. I mean, there is a limit to being radical. We understand. I mean, I'm also a practicing Hindu. I supported a movie like Kashmir Files because I see that there is an element of truth in the depiction. But you cannot start dictating terms on everything. Tomorrow we will have a problem with green because that is Islamic. We will have a problem with white because that is why, that's the color of the Pope's wardrobe.
Yeah.
We will have a problem with multicolored bikinis, which also Deepika is wearing, because that will offend the LGBT community. Then what is left? No option except to wear no clothes at all. This is ridiculous. We cannot keep on splitting hair to a point where an artist is shackled by all these considerations and is not able to portray a character at all. We can't make movies then. घर में बैठना है सबको. आप वही चाहते हैं कि सिनेमा वाले बेकार घर में बैठे. Is that what you want? You want us to kill our livelihood? Or we have to only make documentary movies that have no color in them? Invisible clothing.
Okay.
I don't get it.
Okay, let me bring in Rahul Ishwar here. Rahul, do you feel that whatever Kasturi is saying of the Indian film industry, for that matter, being a favorite whipping boy of the activists or probably people making some arguments that can be branded and can actually attract facetious arguments that we've just seen, do you think Bollywood is fast becoming a favorite whipping boy?
There are 2 points. One, I'm a huge fan of Bollywood, but at the same point of time, let me honestly point out that there are some issues that they shouldn't overlook. And that issue is, let us be honest, there are commodification, the issue of commodification, objectification, over sexual exploitation or over sexual exhibitionism that's there. I'm a huge fan of Shah Rukh Khan. I respect him as a person who is a champion of pluralism. At the same point of time, Deepika Padukone ji, as we all know, that the dress was too much revealing. There are many people, even the feminists, criticizing those. So the celebrities, the core point being the celebrity should be more responsible and sensitive to criticism. They should not be over touchy. They should be respectful regarding the criticism they receive, even whether regarding dress, lack of it, color choices. Narottam Mr. is a very senior politician. So when a person like him, a home minister, is raising a criticism, I think Bollywood should take it as a feedback. These Bollywood people are public personalities.
Okay. All right.
I just want to butt in and ask one question. What about the saffron robes that people like Asaram Bapu and Shiva Sharanuru and Nityananda wear? Is that not demeaning the saffron color? Is all of the saffron stuff only relevant to movies? You will only look for valediction of saffron and Hindutva in movies. You will.
Kasturi, anybody demeaning saffron is wrong. Anybody demeaning saffron is wrong.
Okay, you are saying anybody demeaning saffron is wrong, Rahul Ishwar. I'll just put this plaque out on the one side of the screen where we have, because we found it somewhat amusing with the kind of arguments that we figured that have happened, while this song has come out. We just saw how many heroines of the Indian film industry have sported saffron in the past, and I'm just putting out that you can see the 1999 National Award winning film Sarfarosh. By the way, it had a very, very beautiful song that was picturized on Sonali Bendre. That also had the use of saffron. 1968, you can just see Brahmachari, where Mumtaz is sporting a very modern way of wearing a sari, again a saffron color. Beta, the famous song that starred Madhuri Dixit and Anil Kapoor, by the way, again saffron. You can see all of that, and all these films, by the way, are UA certified. Let me actually bring in, 1 second, I'll come to you, Mr. Bansal. Let me bring in Faridoon here. Faridoon, you have covered film industry since so many years. From what we had seen back then to what is happening now, do you see, or would you say that these protests have only intensified? In fact, Faridoon, before I come to you, we have got a reaction by the actor of the film, Shah Rukh Khan. He, in fact, has reacted to the current boycott culture in the film industry and in India in general. Now, this is at an event in Kolkata. He has said, and I'm quoting him here, social media is often driven by certain narrowness of views that limits human nature to its baser self. I read somewhere, negativity increases social media consumption. Such pursuits enclose collective narrative, making it divisive and destructive. That's the quote that Shah Rukh Khan has just given. Let me take this across to my colleague Siddhant. Siddhant, an important update there. Shah Rukh Khan finally reacting to this call for boycott of his film.
Well, absolutely. It is a reaction of a day. Shah Rukh Khan himself reacting to the entire story that we have been playing since morning, and the way right-wing groups, activists have been reacting and objecting to some of the scenes of the song. At the same time, the saffron color bikini of Deepika Padukone. Now, Shah Rukh Khan, has very carefully reacted to these stories, and now he says that social media often has been driven by certain narrowness of view that limits human nature to its baser self. I read somewhere negativity increases social media consumption. Self-pursuits enclose collective narrative, making it divisive and destructive. So now, in a way, Shah Rukh Khan has very carefully reacted to this entire controversy. Now, he has to say that social media sees some of the things through a very narrow prism. And this is the reason which brings negativity and builds a narrative. So he has to say that let's not pay, in a way, Shah Rukh Khan has to say that let's not pay attention to such news, such stories or the campaigns that are being run on social media platforms.
Absolutely.
And let's have a wider viewpoint, and let's not fall in these debates. So this is what Shah Rukh Khan wants to convey. But at the same time, these campaigns are not only restricted to social media platforms. Now, the sitting minister in Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Narottam Mishra, has objected.
Yes, absolutely,
to it.
And that's what we are talking about. But let me actually take this back to my guest, Faridoon. I was asking you that question. Let me actually, and this is a very timely, spotting of this story that we had, where Shah Rukh Khan in Kolkata has responded to this entire brewing controversy, which is to do with his very film. Very rarely do we see him getting into all of this, because after that growing intolerance in the country comment, we've hardly seen him react that strongly ever. And this is, after so many years that we've seen a statement like this, where he is clearly mentioning, and I'm again quoting him, that negativity increases social media consumption, and this is what it is. How do you choose to respond to this? Faridoon.
I think first of all, I think it's a sensible statement, and I genuinely feel that actors they should voice their opinions, because their silence definitely is not working, and it is taken as an act of in a way cowardice and the fact that maybe they don't have a spine and the sort of voices that tend to come up, I think they are I think baseless. I think anyone would say that. Anyone with the sane mind would say that. I'll just say one thing that when you asked me to come for this debate, I was on a radio show yesterday and we were talking about Mr. Rajamouli getting nominated at Golden Globes. There's a chance that Triple R can be nominated in Best VFX at Oscars. They may be performing as well, Nato at Oscars. My concern was that if Mr. Rajamouli is asked by say press in US and the foreign press about say whatever is happening right now with Deepika and Shah Rukh, both of them they're global stars.
Yes.
Deepika has worked in Hollywood. Shah Rukh is people don't realize that how popular Shah Rukh Khan is and how big a brand ambassador he is of India all across the world. So if someone asks Mr. Rajamouli about this entire controversy, it would be embarrassing for him.
Very embarrassing, absolutely.
What exactly are we discussing in terms of color of the clothes? That there are other actors who have worn the color that they're worried about, and that may be objectionable. There is a song called Ooh Ooh Antawa, which has become a huge hit. No one is bothered about that. No one is talking about that. One can say that maybe I think the choreography in that, someone would find it maybe objectionable. Nothing is objectionable till the time you start making it so obvious and you start making people so conscious.
Absolutely.
So I genuinely feel that that it's embarrassing for a lot of people. Everything is being documented. People are watching it.
Yes.
People are talking about it, and these I think all these discussions they're
let me actually allow me to interrupt you one more time. We've just got that reaction of Shah Rukh's. Let's play that out for our viewers. I'll come back to you.
Contrary to the belief that the spread of social media will affect cinema negatively, I believe cinema has an even more important role to play now. Social media is often driven by a certain narrowness of view that limits human nature to its baser self. I read somewhere that negativity increases social media consumption and thereby increases its commercial value as well. Such pursuits enclose the collective narrative, making it divisive and destructive. Cinema exposes the vulnerability of human nature by telling stories in their simplest form. और ये बात बताने में मुझे बिल्कुल भी आपत्ति नहीं है कि दुनिया कुछ भी कर ले, मैं और आप लोग और जितने भी पॉजिटिव लोग हैं सब के सब जिंदा हैं.
Okay, interestingly put by Shah Rukh Khan over there. Bansal साहब वापस आपके पास आऊंगी. शाहरुख खान ने ये कहा है कि सोशल मीडिया कंजम्पशन इंटरेस्टिंग तो जरूर हो जाता है, बट इससे डिविजिवनेस का जन्म होता है और उसका कोई अंत नहीं है. इसके बारे में क्या कहेंगे आप?
देखिए, सोशल मीडिया के दोनों फायदे और नुकसान दोनों हैं, लेकिन जब किसी को चोट पहुंचती है तो सोशल मीडिया को बदनाम करता है. जब व्यक्ति चुनावों में हार जाता था, ईवीएम को कटघरे में खड़ा कर देता है, तो कोई नई बात नहीं है. बेसिकली जब वो उनके अपने जो कर्म जो है, अपने पापों के बारे में आदमी आत्मचिंतन नहीं करता, तो दूसरे के
पाप क्या है इसमें? बंसल साहब वापस से वो चलाएं जरा जो अभी हमने दिखाया था. लेट्स प्ले ऑल द अदर एक्टर्स हु हैव स्पोर्टेड सैफरन. ये आप देख सकते हैं बंसल साहब. 1968 में क्यों प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई थी? बेटा के टाइम पे क्यों प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई थी? सरफरोश के टाइम पे प्रॉब्लम नहीं हुई थी? नेशनल अवार्ड मिला है इस फिल्म को. नहीं, गलत कैसे कह रहे हो? क्यों अक्षय कुमार और कटरीना कैफ, शी वाज वेयरिंग अ साड़ी, शी वाज वेयरिंग अ साड़ी विद अ बिकिनी ब्लाउज. वन सेकंड, दैट आल्सो वाज ऑरेंज. Why was there no problem and no protest and no affront to Hindu religion at that time? Please answer, Vinod Bansal.
मैंने फर्स्ट स्टेटमेंट में मैंने बोला था आपको कि भाई we do not have any objection towards the any color. हमारा कोई कलर से कोई ऑब्जेक्शन कहाँ है? आप बार बार कलर को क्यों कोट करना चाह रही हैं? जी, मैं कहता हूँ कलर से नहीं, ये बात मानसिकता की है. ये मानसिकता को पहचाना पड़ेगा. जितने भी आपने ये जो सीन दिखाए हैं, क्या इसमें कोई मुस्लिम चेहरा है क्या? आप मुझे बताइए. ये सारे एक्टर्स हैं सर. देयर इज नो रिलीजन. नहीं, देयर इज नो रिलीजन. ये सारे एक्टर्स हैं. आमिर खान बाय द वे इज अ मुस्लिम. आई डिड नॉट वांट टू रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट, बट लेट्स नॉट एक्चुअली relegate it down to that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Mamta Kale, let me bring you in. Mamta Kale, let me bring you in. All right. I'll come back to you. Bansal साहब, एक सेकंड. ममता जी से मैंने अभी तक एक सवाल नहीं लिया है. Let me come back to you, Mr. Bansal. एक मिनट आऊंगी आपके पास. Mamta Kale, help us understand what is the process. There is a demand for
A certificate, and then that has gone on to call for a boycott of this film. I am just putting out this with the certificate that all these films have got, where the women are sporting a saffron attire, revealing attire, which is not very traditional in nature, whether it is sari or a western dress. There was no protest which is to do with these very films. And all of them are UA certified. Why then the call for an A certificate for Besharam Rang?
Thank you, Greha. First of all, I just want to make one thing very clear, that when the CBFC goes through a film, they don't categorize or give the categories or certification based on any particular color. That's, very clear. As far as this film is concerned, the maker of the films have chosen the outfits very carefully, because Deepika has worn bikini, which is swimwear, which fits the bill to get the certification, so that is one question which I have answered. Now, second thing
but
is,
Mamta, how is it different for the Katrina Kaif song Stara, which was in De Danadan? She was also wearing a bikini blouse in that. So how is that different? I just wanted to understand, for the better understanding for our viewers also, how is the certification making a demarcation then? Because De Danadan came with a UA certificate.
See, it's not just about one song. It is when the CBFC members see the film in totality, and thereafter, based on the guidelines, they they certify the film, right? So it's not based on one particular film, Greha. So
pardon me for dumbing it down, because I want Mr. Bansal. Yes, exactly. I want Mr. Bansal to also hear this, and I want our viewers to also understand, because there's just one song that is out. And the film's teaser, the trailer is out. And on the basis of that, there has been a demand for the boycott and also earlier A certificate for the film. So I wanted to understand, how does it work?
See, now, as far as boycott is concerned, I genuinely feel that it is about a particular, a group of people or certain people from certain section of society. It's about, it's their thought process. So if they have felt that there is something derogatory which is not correct, so they have given the call of boycott. Now, I would talk about the Home Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Mr. Narottam Mishra, and his statement or tweet which he had put out, I guess, yesterday or today, I don't remember the date exactly, where he's talked about the outfit, and he said that outfit is not proper. Either the makers of the film, correct the outfit and or remove the scenes, only then they will think whether the film will be released in Madhya Pradesh or not. So it is entirely their call. See, releasing a film or not releasing a film in any particular state is a state subject, Greha. So it's their call. So, one can decide, the government or the Home Minister can take a call.
Feridun, does it work like this? Does it work like this?
Because
considering films are not made, taking opinions of various other people who feel that the song is not, let's say, aesthetically done, aesthetically shot, there needs to be a different attire. It doesn't work like this, right?
Honestly, a lot of people, they keep on asking that why is it that films in Bollywood, they're not working? What exactly is happening? So, I think the film industry has become so conscious, that the level of self-censorship that they're practicing, I think is unprecedented.
Okay.
And any creative art.
In fact, Feridun, I'm really sorry. Let me actually leave it that. Unprecedented is the word that you have said. Interestingly, let me actually end this debate. I'd like to thank all my guests for joining me. Interestingly, Deepika Padukone's co-star in this film, Shah Rukh Khan, who for years has been deafeningly silent on all issues politically, barring today when he made that statement, he in fact had accepted after the Padmavat controversy that he had prescribed silence to Padmavat's makers in the face of rolling controversy. And the actor had said, and I'm quoting him here, as a 52-year-old father, I want you to come to the theatre safe and sound with your child and happily go even if you don't like the film. The experience should be fantastic. That's my responsibility. So the hurtfulness is not because I'm worried about my film, but I'm worried about that girl watching the film. Leaving it at that, we're getting some breaking news at the moment. This is a very big development that we are bringing for our viewers. Amid the Tabang crisis, India has sent out a big message to China. It has tested its Agni-V missile. So this is a big message that India, of course, is sending out to China. Remember what happened on the December 9th, where there was skirmish along the line of actual control in Arunachal Pradesh's Yangtze region. And now we are told that India has tested its Agni-V missile, taking this across to my colleague Akash. Akash, this is a big move by India.
So, exactly.
Seem to have lost that link. However, this is a big development. Remember, there were also jets were scrambled at the time on that airfield. Now we are told that India is testing the Agni-V missile. This is an important answer to what was seen on December 9th in the Yangtze area along the line of actual control. Rhythma is up next with Plain Speak.